as we go along this card, you're going to continue to see that these guys are going to be more comfortable. They're going to be more calm. You're going to see a little bit of less sporadic movements. They're going to be more focused as the night goes on.
Now it'll be three-minute rounds. Let's see if they can go the distance, ladies and gentlemen. Regina versus Jefferson. Let's make some noise!
Can I just say, I love the announcing here. They're not the long, drawn out, you know, we give the tail of the tape, and that's it. He gives the last names and so let's make some noise. It's right to fighting. I love it.
Why waste time with all that when we can get right to the action? Touch of gloves, and here they go, and they're coming out aggressive.
Got both guys kind of switching stances a little bit, trying to figure out where they want to be at. Good head movement by Jefferson.
And he finds the legs for the takedown here. Big takedown by Stefaan Jefferson, ends up on top.
When he's going to have that advantage being the shorter fighter, he's going to have an easier time getting up under him and getting to his hips and using those takedowns to get where he wants to go.
Regina's locked onto the Kimura grip there on the arm of Jefferson, though.
Right to the back. He's got one hook in. Regina's keeping that. He's keeping that Kimura grip. He gave it up now, and now he's eating big punches. He's right back to his feet, though.
This is where we've seen some of Stefaan Jefferson's best work in the past, is right here up against the cage in these grinding battles is where he really succeeds and wears down his opponents.
He's got good pressure in here. He's looking to reap the leg. James Regina does a good job, gets off the fence. Big leg kick by Stefaan. Another big leg kick. He goes right back to it.
That stopped Regina in his tracks there for a minute.
And now he's seen something. Now he's got James Regina switching his stances. Right back to the leg kicks. Great movement.
Regina lands a jab that sends Stefaan off balance there just a bit. Back in on the legs, though, is Jefferson.
Looks like Stefaan's cut to here right on the top of his head. He gets another takedown. Landing some good ground and pound. James Regina's fishing for a leg here, though. He looks like he's looking for a leg attack. That's the danger, though, in attacking the legs in an MMA fight, you know. You do leave yourself open to big ground and pound when you're fishing for the legs if you don't hit it right away.
Settled down into a guard position now is Jefferson.
And here he needs the posture and go up and down. He finds himself in a triangle attempt here. James Regina goes right back to the ankle. Gotta watch out for those. At 6'5", he's got long legs for up kicks.
Jefferson is trying to brutalize that leg. I think he knows it had an impact. It's one of those big leg kicks early, and he keeps going back to it. That'll bring us to the end of round number one.
Like I said, we're a little more tactical. A little more tactical than some of those earlier fights. These guys are slowed down a little bit, and they're thinking a lot more about what they're doing. Looks like they got the cut-man in here to work on Jefferson's. It looks like Jefferson has a small cut on the top of his head. Doesn't look like it's going to be too big of an issue. And both guys look relatively fresh as well. James maybe breathing a little heavier, but he still looks okay. If I was in James Regina's corner, I think number one, I would be talking about those leg kicks. He has to check those leg kicks. You can't take too many more of those.
Yeah, he had a couple big ones there in the first round that, you know, you could see him stop in place for a minute. Really felt that, and never see him switching stances.
And Jefferson's going right back to him.
Regina catches the kick, though, this time. He's going to end up on top, something we didn't see in the first round.
Right into side control. Up against the fence. Jefferson's got to get a right underhook here. He can't just focus on the head. He's got the underhook here.
Tries to work to his feet, but
James Stefan
lose the mount.
Right into mount. He's got one hook in. He's trying to set the second one, but he's kind of stuck up against the fence there.
It's not under the chin, but like you talked about earlier, you can do just as much damage on the neck or
on the chin. Yeah.
Chin.
Right here, you can really see the size difference between these two. James Regina's not really rushing anything either. You know, he wants to get that other hook in. Can't see if it's under the chin.
Hard to tell from this angle.
Jefferson's got to fight the hands here, though. He can't just hang out and pull on the forearm. He's got to fight the hands. He's got to get in front of him if he wants to stay safe. Regina looks like he's going to try to get to mount here.
Regina's doing a really good job of flowing from the back right to mount when he feels like he's about to lose the position. Jefferson just not able to get free.
Well, every time he tries to build up, he gets threatened with a choke, and he's got to flatten back out because he needs to use his hands to defend the choke. I'm not even sure if James Regina is really going for that choke or if he's just trying to get him to flatten back out. Because he starts to come up, he attacks the choke again, and he's got to use his hands to defend the choke.
Tight here. And that one slides
under the chin.
James Regina secures the rear naked choke victory.
It's incredible transitions by James Regina. He was going from mount to the back, and every time Jefferson would try to build back up, he'd have to use his hands to defend the choke. And I think after so many times of doing that, you know, I think he thought he was safe. And right here, he just started to come up, and he's just a little late. He started a little bit late. He was already under the chin. He was already tied. Didn't even have his second hook in yet, but he was just a little bit behind. And in jiu-jitsu, you can't get that far behind on a submission defense.
Yeah, Regina really did a good job of not rushing anything, taking his time. Once he got on top in round two, just kind of made that position his, and finally secured the choke there. Great work by James Regina.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, in our fifth bout this evening, 2 minutes and 5 seconds into round two, a tap out, rear naked choke out of Gladstone in the blue corner, James Regina.